Get away from her, you bitch!
Classic.
He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
No more hangers!
You thought you'd become a prostitute or a drug addict.
I used to love doggy chow. I used to love doggy chow too.
Do you know how many leather jackets with poppers and a cock ring in the left pocket we've got back here? I'm Crystal.
No more Neve Campbell. I'm Baby Lame.
And welcome to Camp Classics.
A thoughtful podcast about stupid movies.
Or, just a podcast where we find out how many movies about a small town girl with big city dreams we can watch.
I had high hopes for this one, Crystal.
I think this was your idea.
It was my idea, yeah. And we'll get into it, won't we? I mean, I'm surprised I'm alive right now because your club night killed me.
I look pretty good for a dead bitch.
I had the worst outbreak of facial herpes that I've ever had in my life. Cold sores is what we like to call it, but let's be real. I had herpes all over my fucking lips.
That's
Pussy,
how you...
crusty, sore, mouth ulcers, tongue, gross, down to you.
Disgusting!
Gosh, you're just like Ryan Phillipe in this movie 54.
Oh no, I'm someone else in this movie, and we'll get to it. I felt very triggered watching this movie with my facial herpes, and I felt like the people that couldn't get into the club, Crystal. And I felt triggered. I was in my feels. This has been an emotional roller coaster for me.
I'm just having a flashback to a night we went out in Athens. Didn't you get chased by a pack of wild dogs?
What does trauma really look like?
Not chased. I was left outside of a night, an outdoor rave by you, and was circulated by some wild dogs as I woke up.
So, which would you rather have, pack of wild dogs or facial herpes?
This is what trauma looks like.
But yes, that's what I've been. That's where I've been at. How have you been?
Yeah, really good, really good.
Yeah, just really great, actually.
Yeah. I had such a fun time at Get a Grip, and no, not a herpy in sight. That probably means I didn't have as much fun as you, to be honest.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
I wish that's what I was doing. No. I think I was just like talking to a corner of a wall or something.
She can't help taking the drugs on a Saturday night.
We've also we've done our BFI live screening since we last recorded together.
Yeah, apparently it's talk of the town. I was at the BFI and they're still talking about the event. Some people can't believe that Kindergarten Cop is deemed now a camp classic. I also saw Peaches Christ and she was like, that's not a fucking camp classic. And
Oh,
I was
really?
like, well, according to our listeners, Peaches, it is.
What was her argument against?
I just think it's just not one of the Route 1 ones, is it? But we're not
Right.
here to just...
No,
we know what the camp classics are.
Yes, we know. Yes, we can't all... Not every movie can have Minkstall,
I'll tell you
who
what,
you just performed with.
I did just perform with Mink Style. Thank you for dropping that one. But yeah, that panel that we had on that episode were brilliant.
Yeah, one more time for Juno, Travis, and Charlie.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, just 3 very different trans people.
Very different.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, we're the 2 drunk aunties with them. I was so drunk.
You were pissed.
BF Fly is what I kept on calling it.
You were BF Fly. You were BF Flying.
Yeah, I was so drunk. That's what happens when you're nervous and you make me do these things that I don't want to do.
It was so weird to see you nervous. I said to you, I've never seen you nervous before a gig before,
Well,
ever.
I was nervous and then I was the flip, wasn't I?
Yeah, and then you turned into like a kind of Wendy Williams style host.
How you doing?
I really did. I'm so sorry.
You did great. I was
But
like...
you're right. The inner Wendy Williams came out. It's like...
Yeah. It was great, though. You're like... You suddenly just relaxed into it, and then it's like, oh, no, someone's produced chat shows for TV a lot. And you were just like so in your element. It was great.
Well, I was happy with both of us. I think we did a really good job, considering it was our first one and it was a huge blag.
Yeah. But you can listen to that episode now. It's out. and the audio does suck, but the content is excellent.
It's like, please let's not get rid of this one. Let's just make it work.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
We did an event at the BFI, and we're gonna tell people about it.
You will listen.
I mean, that's just like the rules of feminism.
This is nothing related to nothing, but while I was researching 54 today, I saw this clickbait headline. Liz Hurley defends lesbian sex scene in new movie that was directed by her son. Sounds like we've got some watching to do coming up.
It does. I mean, Damien Hurley is giving. She is the diva.
Yeah. Wow. That face. It's giving, it's kind of, she's got like an Aphrodite, Helen of Troy sort of thing going on. I love it.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it so much. And like, I mean, just imagine being like a glam mum actress and just being like, I'm not getting naked. I'm not scissoring that actress until my son tells me the exact angle that he wants. Darling, make sure the lighting's okay.
I bet but the thing is, he knows her angles so well.
Yeah.
Like, he's holding the camera whenever she's in a bikini.
Yeah. It's like, it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And like, you know what it's like? Sometimes you when you find these people that know how to get you just right, you've got to stick with them.
And if that person was birthed by you, all the better. Speaking of match made in heaven, I just bought us tickets to a combo I never thought I would see on stage together. Gina Gershon and Cate Blanchett in conversation.
Oh, you mean the gays, not the gays.
And it's Kate interviewing Gina, isn't it? Yeah. Great. When you told me, I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
I was like, you have been scammed. There is no such event.
Apparently they've been friends for years.
I can't fucking wait.
Honestly, what are they going to talk about?
I don't care.
I don't care either.
I literally don't care.
I don't care either. God, should we go dressed as like Crystal and what's her face from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, we should.
Anyway, that's great. It's really tickled me today.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Down to business, though.
Always.
Yeah, like to welcome our new Gatreon members, Heather Dune, Joe Brown, Eve Frankenstein, and
Nick Frankenstein.
That's her name, and Nikki Craig.
These just sound like made-up names.
They're not. They're real people.
Are you starting to pay for the Gatreon yourself? And then just making up
massaging the numbers. Yeah, and then I put the money into a garbage bag and stick it into a roof tile. Yeah, but welcome. We have a Gatreon. It's £4 a month. You get a bonus episode every month. And our last episode was... I can't remember.
Well, I can't remember either. But
Party Girl.
Party Girl, brilliant. But also as well, I feel
Party
like
Girl.
with all of the kind of wheeling and dealing you're doing, God knows what's going to be on the next episode because it is going free fall at the moment. It's like, sure, let's do something live at the BFI. Let's get Loreen. Oh, you're a director of a film? I'll talk to you. Also,
interviewing.
The other thing I feel like really, really battered my confidence was you interviewing
Jordan Firstman.
Yeah, Jordan Firstman, because the Camp Classics like views on Reels, like, oh my God, went stratospheric compared to what we normally get. And then you've got my one with you, like the one before, and it's like on 380 views. And then it's like, okay, I get it. I'm old, I'm ugly, and I'm not popular.
Trauma.
You just don't have the reach of Attitude Magazine, but that's okay.
Yeah, she's doing junkets now.
Yeah, well, we'll see if I get another one. It was fun, though. You know, gay stuff with gay people. Media, yes.
I love
Fingers and lots of pies.
I saw a comment on it, and it was like, they all seem high, and I'm here for it. And I was like, that's brilliant.
And I wasn't high, I was just stressed.
Yeah, you were very stressed. Well, it's because you weren't in control of it, were you? You just
Correct.
wheeled in.
Correct. It was like going to like a job interview, but like, I guess it's like an audition where you have to perform, but also everyone's really bored and tired and grumpy. Yeah, I guess that's like an audition. I've never auditioned for things.
I can't use you if you can't smile. I can't use you if you can't show. I can't use you if you can't sell.
We're now on YouTube. we were already on YouTube, but now there's video on YouTube.
Ooh.
And also, I think, on Spotify.
The camera's over there.
The camera loves you, baby.
Do we have to like now do more things to the camera just because we're on, or would you prefer us to just be like speaking normally, or would you like us to?
I think.
Point out, Louise.
Sing out, Louise! Sing out!
I think just occasionally a little nip.
Okay.
A nip slip, just for the people who are watching at home.
Okay, it might just be a full moob at the moment,
but yeah, you can watch us live. I'd be interested to know if you are watching, because it's a whole other editing process, and I don't know if it's worth it. So let us know if you watch the video. Oh, and then we've had some comments. Eve says, I just joined the Gatreon to suggest either 1980's Flash Gordon or 1984's Voyage of the Rock Aliens. I'm not familiar with the second one, but Flash Gordon I think it's on our list already. If it's not, it should be.
Should be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a miracle some of these other films have been getting on. That
True.
feels like a good one.
Amanda Paul says, on Baby Liam's comment about adding to the Gatreon, you could add a new level that includes live rewatches of your camp faves.
Yeah, I'm here for that just so you can work out.
Yeah, a whole new technology, live streaming. That'd be fun, though. Just like Gogglebox. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
Katie says, this is a nice message. Hi, Crystal and Baby Lame, and thank you for an irresistible podcast. It has become my treat and an escape after a hard day's work on my dissertation, which is also about movies, but a lot less fun. Really enjoy the combo of insightful analysis, bitchy jokes, and warmth. I would love to hear more conversations about sexy plant monsters, like the ones in 1986's Little Shop of Horrors or Men in Black 2.
Oh.
Little Shop of Horrors would be fun.
That's a kink there, isn't
yeah.
it?
Sexy plant
You're
monsters.
going to pay for that. Well, you are on the Patreon, so you are, but like...
Yeah, the sexy is an interesting addition there.
What kind of plants do you want us to talk about?
Is it kind of like tentacle porn? Do you know what I mean? I feel like plant porn, tentacle porn is kind of related. Or is it like those AI videos of like the tomato cheating on the cob of corn?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
The gassy tomato.
I haven't seen that.
Who gets kicked out of her house for being too gassy.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to need a few more junkets to occupy your time, I think.
Another comment from Suzanne. This is about Troop Beverly Hills. Knowing this film was in the queue, I borrowed it from the library recently.
Oh.
Hello, library party girl. Hello. And I was very curious to what you two would have to say. Of course, my main takeaway from the episode is you have to lay it low and spread it wide.
Good. Yes.
Yeah. You're paying attention, Suzanne. For the suggestion sack, why not skip past the 80s and go all the way back to the 50s? Is Some Like It Hot camp? Yeah, we haven't done anything that old. I just feel like there isn't necessarily an audience for that stuff, but I would like to. Like, we need to do...
You need to do something old. I know what you're going to say, all about Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking we should do The Wicked Stepmother, which was her last film where she had a stroke. And she walked out and she didn't, so then they had to like change the storyline. She's only got like 20 minutes of footage.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's terrible though. But it could be quite funny. I haven't seen it for a while.
Lastly, we had a lot of people send us the remake possibility of Troop Beverly Hills starring Cameron Diaz. Did you see this story?
Oh, is she doing it?
Cameron Diaz is attached to a Troop Beverly Hills remake. Don't think we need it.
I thought she retired.
No, she came back.
I know, but
She's
I thought
back.
but her whole thing was that she retired from Hollywood.
No, but she came back. She's had her like...
Don't need her now.
No, we could use a Charlie's Angels 3.
Really?
Yeah, I'd take it.
But we've had it with the reboot.
Yeah, no, to skip past that, give me Lucy
With Drew
Liu.
Barrymore. Now.
Yes, I'll take it. You're excited about Madonna's Confessions too. It's the same shit.
I wouldn't say I'm excited. I thought it seems all right.
Yeah, I mean...
I've not seen her in concert. I'm not like a Madonna fan.
You've never seen Madonna in concert?
No.
Oh, wow, I think I've seen her 4 times.
Now who's the sad old fad?
Well, I'm not sharing it to my stories like every other fag I know today.
It feels reductive.
I am excited, though. Anyway, there's our business taken care of. Baby, before we go any further, what makes a camp classic?
Well, thanks for asking, Crystal. A camp classic is something that will unlock queer joy. In the words of our Lord Saviour, Megan Fox, I want to get a weddy. It needs to be stupid. It needs to have an ongoing legacy that informs queer pop culture. And ultimately, it needs to be anti-mainstream, underdog flop vibes that can be reclaimed by the F-slurs.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm just like, why don't you just use the same reading out every time? Because I just say it the same intonation. I'm just like, just do us all a favour and just like have it as a built-in sound.
Maybe I should do that. Yeah.
Reductive.
And
I'm killing this episode, by the way. Literally. Yeah, sorry.
it's really, the bar is already very low.
I'm just trying to make it so you don't need to edit around the coughs, but it's hard.
Thank you. Today we are covering...
Boring!
Oh, Jesus. 54. The movie 54. Now, this was your idea.
Yeah,
you pitched
do you
it
know
to
what
me.
I want to blame for this, actually? Attitude magazine.
Oh.
And I know you've got, like, lots of big ties with them, but it was on some list that they wrote maybe, like, 5 years ago about camp films.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, it's like the male showgirls. And I was like, oh, this sounds good. And then I showed you, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, that is how you pitched it to me. You called it the Male Showgirls. And then at an afters after my club night, I was talking to my friend Erica from Berlin, who's very cool. And she said 54 is her favorite movie. And I was like, okay, now that's 2 54 mentions in a couple of weeks.
That's her favorite movie.
Now I'm interested. So we watched it on Saturday. Very, post-party vibes. It was actually kind of perfect.
That's her favorite movie of all time. Okay. She's cool, but like it's gone way down in my rating now because I literally don't know why anyone would ever say that about this film.
I think I can see how it's got an appeal alongside like a burlesque, for example. Some light fare, But now this is where I need to ask you. Had you never seen it before?
I had seen it before when I was like a teenager.
Okay.
And I remember being a bit like meh about it, but that's before knowing anything about Studio 54.
Yeah, right. I had never seen it. I remember like the cover really well. Like I remember the marketing around it.
Yeah.
I can picture Neve Campbell on that and Mike Myers on that movie.
Because it's like Weinstein at his top power, isn't it?
Yeah. But which version did you watch for this?
Well, I watched the extended version, which I thought was the director's cut, but no, it's just slightly longer. So I think the version I watched was like they still didn't want to make it homo, but they just made it a bit longer, but they didn't really add any.
Interesting. So yeah, this movie has 2 versions. There's the theatrical version. Well, I guess 3 actually, because there is the extended cut. The theatrical version.
Yeah.
But then there's the director's cut, which got released in 2015. And now I've watched both. So I can tell you all about the differences. And they're so different.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw like a deleted clip, we'll get to it, on YouTube, but...
So this movie was written and directed by Mark Christopher, who is a gay man, and he spent 5 years researching the club and working on a screenplay. It was bought by Miramax, Harvey Weinstein, all of that shit. It stars Ryan Phillipe, it turns out, is the pronunciation. He stars as Shane. We've got Salma Hayek as Anita, Mike Myers as Studio 54's owner, Steve Rebell, Breckin Myer as Greg, and Neve Campbell as soap star Julie Black.
Boo.
Yeah, I mean, you suggested Neve. You can't escape her. She's following you around. Soon we'll be out of Neve Campbell movies and then you'll be free. I don't think there's many left. To be honest with you, I think we've covered nearly every Neve Campbell movie.
Still haven't done a Liza Minnelli film or Dolly Parton, but we've done 4, 5 Neve Campbell films.
So the movie had a budget of roughly $13 million, and they screened it in early '98 on Long Island for teenagers. Audiences at the screening reacted negatively to the lead character's bisexuality, particularly to a scene where Shane and Greg kiss. And so that led Miramax to demand a recut, which removed all of the bisexuality stuff. There was a lot of fallout between the director and Harvey Weinstein, and eventually the director agreed to reshoot, but he got no control over the final cut, and he wasn't even allowed to see the editing process. Overall, 40 minutes was cut from the theatrical version, and 30 minutes was added of reshoots. So it's basically over 1/3 of a different movie, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So a lot of this is because obviously Harvey Weinstein is a fucking disgusting prick, but it's actually probably mostly because the movie had Neve Campbell and Ryan Phillipe in it, and he had just done I Know What You Did Last Summer and was suddenly kind of an it name.
Right.
And so that had come out while they were shooting this, and they
was
realized
she still in her kind of Golden Girl era?
Scream 2 had just been a hit, and they were like, oh, she's bankable now.
Oh, yeah, because... and that's basically what they do with her in this film, isn't it? Like, she's whacked in as just like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she goes from basically a glorified cameo in the director's version to like a proper sort of love interest in the theatrical version. They've amped her up. They've removed any of Ryan Phillipe character's bisexuality in order to appeal more to a teen audience. And, well, it didn't work because the critics hated it. It has 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it only made $17 million at the box office. It was a flop. Ryan Phillipe was nominated for a Razzie, and yeah, it was basically kind of forgotten until a director's cut began circulating, and this was in kind of the mid-2000s. It like a unauthorized version screened at, I think, Tribeca Film Festival or something.
Yeah.
And then that started this buzz and demand until Mark Christopher was actually given permission from Miramax to release his version. They found all the old footage, recut it together, and it showed at Berlin Film Festival in 2015. But it's interesting watching the director's version because some of the footage they've had to just rip from VHS copies, and so it's really grainy and weird, and the dimensions are off. Like you can really see like it chop between, and like some of it they were able to salvage and it looks the same, or just the grading's a bit different. But some of it's like proper like rough looking.
That's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. I would say...
Which I have questions for when we get to comparing them.
But I would say...
Listen out, though, because they're coming, but we're going to just tease that moment now.
Should we get into the plot?
Yeah.
So I will try and like differentiate. The thing between the two versions is that like so many of the scenes are even just completely out of order that it gets very difficult to like compare.
Right. Okay.
But I'm going to do my best. There's like a few key things that are like the key differences that kind of matter. What
I will say is at the start of the movie I saw, I was excited because it's like the premise of a film about Studio 54 is just, you know, anybody who is remotely interested in pop culture is aware of like the incredible reference points, the like legend, like the iconography from this place, and like the music alone. Like it was kind of like I was thinking, even if it's terrible, this is going to be like fun.
Yeah, thinking of all of the stuff that happened there that's going to be referenced.
Yeah, and I just was like, even if it's bad, it's just going to be fun.
Totally. I actually prepared a very short game for you.
Oh.
It's called Studio 54 or Studio 59.
Okay.
Did these things happen in
Great
Studio?
Name.
Did these things happen in Studio 54?
Okay.
Starting with an obvious one: Bianca Jagger riding a white horse. It happened.
How dare you even ask me that?
Just warming you up.
Play at home though.
Dead body in an air vent from someone trying to sneak into the club.
Yes.
Studio 54. Dolly Parton after party with live farm animals.
Yes.
Yes. When it was raided, eventually, they found $600,000 in garbage bags and 300 Quaalude pills.
Yes.
Yes. A Republican U.S. senator was photographed here with gay prostitutes and had to resign in shame.
Yes.
No, that one I made up. But it probably happened.
Yeah, I mean, this is it, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
this is the place of dreams come true. This is like nightlife gone berserk. This is...
Yeah. Yeah, I also saw that they one night wheeled in 4 tons of glitter so that the entire dance floor was like sand, but made of glitter. Oh.
I do wonder, though, do you think if we had Studio 54 as it was then, like we would enjoy it, or do we think it would be like The Box and just be this thing where like super rich people are like sort of just preying on queer and subcultures as their little freak show farm?
Good question.
I don't know. Maybe
Probably somewhere
maybe,
between.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't know how true it is, but I feel like part of the way the atmosphere was they would let in people that had no money as well to kind of have a good time, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and maybe there's also an element of like these cultures were emerging here a bit. So like disco was coming up.
Yeah.
Drug use like ecstasy was coming up. Like maybe that was all just kind of fresh and exciting for people. And gay rights.
Gay rights!
Because it does feel like with The Box a bit, like there is a sense of people trying to create a hedonistic atmosphere.
Yeah.
And everything you hear about Studio 54 is like it just actually was that. That's what I hope.
And also the balcony, the orgy balcony and stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So yeah, this movie opens, the director's cut opens, and it's Ryan Phillipe cold on the street, wrapping himself in a bin bag. And he's provided a new voiceover for this version 20 years later. So it's 40-year-old Ryan Phillipe explaining, and he's giving a voiceover about like, I bet you're wondering how I got here kind of vibes.
The version I watched, wig.
Yeah.
Wig. And I was like, because we've just seen some like stock footage of original Studio 54. And then I'm seeing my male Nomi Malone in a shit wig.
Wig? Did you just say wig? Yes.
Oh, you mean when he's still got his long hair?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I've sat there like,
great.
You better be a beat by beat male version of Showgirls.
Yeah. It's the summer of 79, and we meet 19-year-old American Shane O'Shea, who lives in Jersey City. Jersey. He lives with his widowed conservative father and 2 younger sisters. And yeah, he's got a wig on. This is not the only wig Ryan Phillipe will wear in this movie, because also in all of the reshoots, he's got a wig of his own hair.
I am ready for my wig to go flying.
I hope it does go flying.
Out of this room.
So he's got a wig of his own hair?
Yeah, so because when they did the reshoots, it was only like a month before the movie opened. And so he'd had his hair cut. And so they had to get a wig to match his hair from the movie.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, and
that
you can see it. You can see it. He also apparently was complaining about it because he was like, I was in really good shape when we filmed this movie. And then they asked me to come back 6 months later, and I hadn't been working out. And like now I'm back in those tiny little shorts with a wig of my own hair on, trying to like sell the same character. Bless him. But yeah, so he's weary of his working class existence, isn't he? And he can see the big city over the river, and he just wants to get to Manhattan and make it. So far, so familiar. It's a tale as old as time. So one night he persuades his 2 friends to accompany him to Studio 54.
Can I also just interrupt? Because he is a bit of a douchebag as well.
Yeah.
Because he's like fucking that woman in the car. And he basically just comes on her.
Yeah.
And he's just like a douchebag.
Yeah. Yeah.
No wonder she's just like, get off me. It's
Yeah.
like, fair enough.
Does she say, did you finish already?
Yeah. It's literally like...
That isn't in the director's cut. Funny enough. But yeah.
There needs to be like another cut that incorporates all of the good... Maybe there's a good film here somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I'll tease, but I think that there is. Yeah, he's at best a dum-dum, and at worst a full-on douche.
But he's fit.
Yeah, he is hot. So that is how he gets in. We go to Studio 54. He's convinced his friends to come, and Shane is so hot that Steve Rubell, Mike Myers, lets him in. But he says, not with that shirt.
I said not with that shirt.
And so Ryan takes off his shirt, and the whole crowd cheers, and he gets into the club.
I mean, I quite enjoyed that.
It was great.
Yeah.
Also, the parade of models and like gladiators walking into the club, it was fab.
Yeah, I was here for it.
Yeah.
Definitely here for it.
Yeah, it was a great setup. So he gets in, his friends do not. Have you ever been turned away from a club?
I don't know if I have actually. Have you?
I got turned away from Berghain the first time I went.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I've not been as many times as you, but I've never been turned away.
But I was shit-faced in with 2 girls, and we definitely looked like we were just there to be tourists.
Right.
You
okay.
know?
Yeah.
Also, one time in Sitges, we tried to get into a club and the bouncer was like, only shoes. And I was like, oh, guys, we can't get in. Some of us are in flip-flops. And he was like, no, only shoes. And it turned out to just be a naked bar. You were only allowed to wear shoes. And so we were turned away, but we just didn't feel like getting naked.
Oh, well, you're a prude, aren't you?
Sometimes.
So they basically were Ryan Phillipe then in Sitges.
Yeah. Not with those shoes. Not with those clothes on.
Take them off.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah, that could have been my moment. And then the crowd would have clapped. All the bears on those plastic chairs in Sitges would have broken into applause.
They're not standing up on those plastic chairs because they'll definitely break. But we're in the club, aren't we?
We're in the club.
And again, I'm right. We are getting started. And you know it's a good club when the balcony is just a big dark room, sex room. And I'm just like, straight away, I'm like, I love that it's in the theatre and I love that people are just fucking. So I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, it looks great. First major difference in the two versions, when in the balcony, Shane is cruised by a man on the balcony and is not mad about it.
Oh, so he's just kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, this man is like, ooh, gives him a good look over, and Shane's like, gives a good look back, and he's like, wow. And then he watches that couple have sex. Yeah, this party's crazy. Oh my God. There's a shot of him I think there's a shot of him here and he's lit blue and he just looks gorgeous. And
what I will say is, by this point, I'm like, the budget isn't budgeting because I want to see more bodies on that balcony because I know that kind of location in the club is going to be busy.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people up there.
You see the budget, I think, a lot of times in this movie where there's just not quite enough extras. The club is never quite full enough.
But again, I'm kind of like, when he walks over and the woman who's like riding the man's dick, love her, and then she goes straight to sort of rubbing his dick. I'm like, this happens. And I'm like, yeah, let's go to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very like kind of sex positive straight away. So Shane loves it. Oh my God, looks, drugs, sex, all of the things a boy could want. Yeah. So against his dad's wishes, he goes back.
Also, can I just, sorry to just jump in here.
No.
There was a big problem with how they're just trying to like hetero this film up. How can you hetero up a film about disco?
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think it's actually very camp to make a straight movie about Studio 54. It makes me giggle. Just like the idea that you are trying to make this movie and you are so hamstrung by trying to make it marketable to teenage girls. It's so funny to me. The power of gay people, the threat we possess, the menace. It's so great. So he goes back to 54 the next night against his dad's wishes, and Steve hires him as a busboy. And this is another big difference between the two versions, just quickly. In the director's cut, we get a clear sense that the dad is a racist and a homophobe.
Oh, because I've got a note. That's so interesting. Because I've got a note in my notebook, surprisingly, saying the dad seems quite nice.
I know.
And I don't have a problem with him.
I know.
And that was a big question mark for me because I was like, normally there's something repressive. There's something like wrong with the dad. You know, he's an alcoholic, or like, you know, he's beating up the family, or like you said, homophobic.
Yeah, but in the theatrical
version, he's just like a good, honest dad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so that scene where they're at breakfast and he's kind of telling him about the club, you're like, it kind of switches gears really fast in the theatrical version where you're like, why did the air come out of the room and why are they suddenly being so weird? But in the director's cut, it's because the dad's just used the N-word and has been like, I don't want you going to that place with like all of those degenerates. God, that makes
so much sense. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You are pulling this film back for me.
Uh-huh.
That literally, and also because as well, there's like lots of moments with like Ryan Phillipe and his sisters, and like whether they're driving him to New York, and there's this kind of like, they're just driving and there's no conversation and there's no sense of like, you're leaving me behind, or even when he goes back for Christmas and isn't welcome, I'm like, well, why
aren't you welcome?
It's like, it's just Jersey. It's just across the river. It's like living in Peckham and going to like fucking Dalston for like a night out.
Yeah.
Sorry to be London centric, everybody.
But yeah.
It's like being in Brooklyn and going upstate. I don't know.
Jersey. But yeah, big difference. So Shane is hired. Oh, he has sex with a model in the balcony.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
First night. Good boy. Good on him.
And you would.
You would.
And we're jumping over Mike Myers here. So we've seen Mike Myers.
We have. Yeah. Should we?
He's giving... That was the line I laughed to myself about before. It is though, isn't it? Creepy old man.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you think of Mike? What do you think of his performance in this movie?
I don't think it's like all it's cracked up to be. I mean, he's like just underplaying like the role in a sense.
Yeah. I can't, I'm going to have to just say it so many times, but yeah, there's more of him in the director's version, and I think it's like quite a nuanced character and it's quite interesting. Unfortunately, in the theatrical version, he is just kind of like a predatory gay villain.
What? I'm not gay either. I want to suck your cock.
Which is also kind of camp.
Well, I retract the name I said, obviously.
So Shane and his dad fight some more, and so he leaves Jersey City and moves in with fellow busboy Greg Breckin and his coat check girl wife Anita, played by Salma Hayek, who is an aspiring singer, and he's living with them in Manhattan. He's leaving behind his small town life, gone to the big city.
Well, sorry to jump back. I've just looked over my notes again now. Now, some other things about him in the club the second night. So he's fucked the model. And no matter how hard they try, they cannot get away from how gay he is. The fag is there.
You know what, Dad? You know what? Peter's gay.
Because he is so distracted by that disco diva on stage. He doesn't get a hand job. And he's literally just like... Oh, it's like a fake Donna Summer, isn't it? Is it Ultranate?
Ultranate
is in the end.
Yeah, I think it's Thelma Houston.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah.
Or is it meant to be? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it actually is.
But yeah, I'm just basically saying the clues are there. And like, so no matter how they try to edit him, he is still gay.
Gay!
Shane then meets Billy, who I love. She's played by Celia Ward, and she's a record exec. One of the first lines we get from her, she's taking some coke, and she says, "Diana helped herself to the last of my snow." Great line. She and Shane kind of start a relationship, and she shows him how to fuck.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a fast learner.
Fast learner.
And this all suddenly feels very Sex and the City coded to me now. I'm like...
It's so true. It's so true.
I'm like, are we just watching...
Because they're like doing narration while they're having sex.
Yeah, and it's kind of shot in the same way because it's the 90s. And I'm just like, are we just watching a HBO TV show now? Yeah.
So she shows him how to fuck. And then, as the film puts it in the director's version, he fucks her unconscious.
Oh my God. He fucks her unconscious?
Yeah. So they're having sex and she passes out. And he then watches himself have sex with her in the mirror while she's unconscious.
Oh, that is a bit in the extended as well, but not...
Yeah, but then later in the director's version, she says to her friend, "He fucked me unconscious."
Now that is a showgirls kind of line.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. Because I did write on my extended version, which isn't as graphic as yours, I did put dead ? Lol.
It's not.
So I was like, lol.
Yeah, when it first happens, like, this isn't okay. He's having sex with an unconscious lady. But then later, she was into it.
She likes it.
Yeah, so it was fine, actually.
She gets so fucking high and then gets railed to the point where she can't take it anymore. And then she's like, fuck my unconscious body, bitch. I'm Billy Austin.
I want to wake up sore.
Billy Austin, I tap my hat off to you, babe.
I hope they use me.
She is so Kim Cattrall.
She so is. She's complaining about drugs and sex, and she's passing around her new toy boy.
It's passing around her unconscious body to anyone that wants to fill it up.
What am I here for if not to be used by good people for good things?
So then we find out that the club owner, Steve, is laundering loads of cash, and Breckin Myer / Greg helps him bring the cash home one night. This is another pretty good scene. Mike Myer says there's a new bartender job, and he says, know me, there's a spot open up. You want an audition? And he's lying on a bed covered in cash, and he says, you can have the bartender job if you let me blow you. Greg says, no. Then he's like, maybe?
Yeah.
But then the bouncer's there. And
laughing.
Bouncer's there laughing, reading a comic book. Red Sonja, I noticed.
Yeah.
And so Greg like chickens out and he says no. And Mike Myers is like, oh, you really are straight. And then he throws up on his money.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite a tableau.
Of course, and I'm like, was this me at your party? Potentially.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything out of character for you yet. But yeah, Mike Myers throwing up on the pile of money while trying to give someone a blowjob. Quite camp.
Gay rights!
So then Shane finds out the way you get the bartender job. So he goes to Mike Myers' office and tries to seduce him. And Mike Myers is kind of impressed, but turns him down, but gives him the job.
But also is like, you want a job? Well, shouldn't I be the one taking my pants off to Ryan Phillipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, suck my dick, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then Ryan Phillipe is confused. He's like, no, I thought it worked the other way around.
I know.
But yeah, so he gets the bartender job over Greg. Greg's pissed. And this is where we see Shane is kind of willing to step on his friends to get to the top.
Good.
There's always someone younger and hungrier. Now we're watching Shane's popularity skyrocketing. And in the director's version, this is a more extended scene, but it's a montage of him like sleeping around, meeting high society.
What they're saying is that people that like get jobs at Studio 4, they're like a prize jewel for the venue, aren't they? And they're treated like celebrities at the club.
That's right. And there's a montage in the theatrical version of like him waking up with all of these women in bed next to him.
Yeah.
In the director's cut, some of those people are men.
I mean, great.
Yeah. And then, the hot tub scene.
Yeah.
He's like in a hot tub with all of these like high flying people. And he's clearly about to have sex with a girl in that hot tub in the theatrical version. In the director's version, he's introduced to that woman by a man he's just had sex with. Then the next time we meet that woman, she says to Billy, he fucked me unconscious. And so it's gotten around full circle. And Billy's rolling her eyes because now this woman she's just met is telling her that he's fucked her unconscious. And she's like, oh, baby, I know. But yeah, he's kind of got a relationship going on with a man. The man is introducing him to other women. It's all very bisexual.
Well, love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's fabulous. Yeah, and he's also kind of trying to keep up with the rich and the famous. He's paying for things. He doesn't really have the money. He buys a fancy car with a vanity plate on it that says Shane 54. And he's just basically addicted to the attention, and he thinks he's on the path to becoming something.
And the extended version doesn't really do that. It's just he's having a good time.
He's having a good time, yeah.
It's very like, it's so interesting. You said it was teen audience testing because it is just a very like teen light friendly version.
Yeah. Then he gets chlamydia and he goes to the clinic to get antibiotics and he runs into club regular Disco Dottie. What do you think of Disco Dottie?
I mean,
she feels gimmicky.
Yeah, like it's, again, it's like there's nothing crazy about like an older person frequenting a night and taking drugs, but the fact she's got like this double life as like a cute grandma.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, it feels like a straight person has read that was a character that existed at Studio 54. Even though I know it's a gay director, but it feels like a straight person has then created the character rather than...
So again, I would say in the director's cut, she's got a little bit more time and there's just ever so slightly, they've got a bit more of a relationship. So she doesn't feel quite so much as like, we need someone to say something outrageous in this scene. Like just wheel her in and get her to give a one-liner and then like, there's a little bit more to her. But I also quite like her just as the zany one-liner person. Like she, Merry Christmas, you cunts.
Merry Christmas, you cunts.
She's a big party girl as well, isn't she? But like by this point with the STD thing, I was starting to get a bit bored.
Right.
just all of these things sound, even you saying them now, they sound like more exciting than they are. But there's this kind of like filtered kind of basicness about the way that all of these characters are presented.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Disco Dottie should be getting fingered in the fucking balcony.
Yeah. Full mouse energy. Yeah. She probably was. The real character that she was based on ended up with a 25-year-old man, and she was married to a 25-year-old when she died.
But that's kind of what you want to see.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, she buys him he's got no money, so she buys him his antibiotics at the pharmacy, and they've got a cute kind of little.
Yeah, I also
we know
made
each other sort of thing.
Now around about this point in the film, I put it's giving Ryan Murphy.
Yes,
it's starting to feel just like a Ryan Murphy TV series.
Yeah, it is very Pose actually.
Like, and it's just everything's being over-explained.
Yeah,
and it's just got this kind of like just gloss to it.
Well, again, the theatrical version has all of these voiceovers, which are not in the director's cut, which are very like, and this was Studio 54. It was a cool party, and they were embezzling money. And you're like, I don't need to be told this because I can see that happening. Then Greg starts stealing drugs because he doesn't have the bartender job. So he's dealing drugs. And Shane is really hitting on his wife, Anita. And Greg catches him trying to kiss her. And there's this whole love triangle situation brewing.
And it's not a love triangle that goes anywhere, is it? It's like,
well, it does.
Well, in your version it does, but in my version, it's like...
nothing happens. Yeah, in the director's cut, it's actually Shane is broke because he can't afford to keep up with the rich and famous, and so he also becomes a drug dealer. And he's the one who steals the money from Steve. In the theatrical version, Greg is the thief, and only Greg is dealing drugs.
Yeah, so basically, in the extended version, the hetero one, essentially we've got a pretty boy that's like everyone wants a bit of the action from. He's hitting the drugs, he's having a good time, he's sort of trying to fuck his friend's girlfriend, but that's about it. There's no like real stakes are there for him. He's just kind of existing.
Yeah, that's it. And you also don't get a sense of why this character is doing anything or what his motivation is. Like fine, it's probably good enough to be like, I'm from a small town and I have big city dreams. Like that maybe is kind of enough. But this one, it adds a dimension of I also couldn't be myself in my small town. And so I'm finally being allowed to express myself fully. And that is intoxicating.
I don't need someone to be like, to go off the rails with a drug addiction, or I don't need to see that. But like, yeah, like something. Like it makes sense. Like he doesn't have money, but he's trying to keep up with people. That makes sense. It gives the whole story like a bit more.
He also ends up going over the rail. Oh, like he also ends up having a drug problem. So everything you're saying will happen.
Something. Otherwise, it's just like hot guy goes to club, has a nice time.
Yeah, exactly. What are the stakes? He's like, oh, I had a bit too much fun. I guess
At the funniest place in the world.
I guess I'll just go be friends with my family again and manage a restaurant. The end.
Yeah, basically.
Meanwhile,
in my version, this sub character is being given a bigger part, isn't she?
Neve Campbell. We haven't quite got there yet.
Oh, haven't we?
Well, maybe we have. I'm going to start calling it. I think we should just start calling it the het version and the gay version. So they go to a fancy dinner where this is where Shane realizes he's basically just a pretty trophy to all of these people.
But we're not getting Versace levels, are we?
But that is the vibe.
But I feel like I just need to really, if you haven't watched this movie, I can't let you believe that we're getting like Versace levels of fun now, because it is not. It's...
Yeah, what we get is, you're the most gorgeous troglodyte I've ever seen, and Shane thinks it's a compliment, and everybody laughs at him. But it is essentially Versace.
Yeah.
The point of the scene is Versace. Also, we've got Michael York cameo there, who is famously in Cabaret, and that's obviously a very explicit nod to that.
I didn't even pick up on it.
Also at this dinner, Anita is also up for sleeping her way around to get a record deal. I don't remember if this happens in the Hetty version or not.
Oh, yeah, she does. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because in the Hetty version, like, a woman can be a slut.
Yeah. A woman can sleep her way to the top, but a man...
Because it's her only option. But yeah, like, a man can't kiss another guy.
No. God.
Also, I will say, it's funny because she has a terrible voice.
I know.
And it's like, she's meant to be this, like, new hot disco signing, and she literally is awful.
But I feel like she does kind of also be like, I'm not very good.
Yeah, but it's not even like in a kind of fabulous performance artist disco diva kind of way.
Yeah.
It is like...
It's giving Jennifer Lopez.
Great gowns, beautiful gowns.
Yes. Without the dancing.
Yeah, without the
dancing. It's literally like when you see those clips of Jennifer Lopez now and she's like singing songs from Broadway and it's like, no, we do not need this, thank you. What we need is Ashanti and Christina Milian's backing voices ramped right up and your reed thin vocal at the bottom.
And you've got a cane.
Yes.
You're doing some great cane work. So Shane is starting to feel a bit used because he wants to be taken seriously and valued for more than just his good looks and sex appeal.
Loser.
Yeah, right. There's the
If I look like him.
I know. There's the whole thing with him.
That's the thing. What is this thing? Like, oh, who is it? Oh, it's something Michelle de Swartz says. When you're a model, you literally don't need to give a shit. It's only when you like turn old that you actually have to start working on a personality. But like, literally, have your fucking glory days of being a fucking cunt. Because no one cares if you're a hot model. And I'm like, that is sensational. And then when you go downhill, then work on having a personality.
Right, then start trying to have friends.
If you are a gorgeous model, carry on.
That is...
we support it.
Yeah, that should be the message of this movie.
Yeah.
It's not. So now it's Christmas Eve. It turns out this movie is a Christmas movie if you squint.
Merry Christmas, you cunts.
Dottie says that line, and I can't wait to terrorize everyone listening to this podcast with that clip come Christmas time. But yeah, it's Christmas Eve. Shane, Greg, and Nita are at home in the gay version, and they really nearly have a threesome. It's like they're all standing very close, and they're all about to three-way kiss. It gets very close, and then Greg walks out.
But surely there could have just been a hetty way of doing that as well.
Yeah.
So just making it all about her, and then, you know, it's like... I mean, isn't that just like the most hetty thing in the world? Like two bros and then
this
they
one
don't
is
touch each other's dicks.
Yeah, but this one is very... It looks really gay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's
like she's not getting any.
Yeah, they would have had...
She's like, it's like, honey, like, go and get the strap on because we are going
They would have had to reshoot it because, you know, the I fucking Ryan is doing to Greg is like, yeah. There's no way a teen in Long Island is going to be okay with that.
Okay, got you. I'm surprised because there aren't any properly gay or trans characters in this story.
Just Mike Myers, in the Hetty version,
and there's no trans characters in Studio 54.
No.
A film about Studio 54 about disco in New York.
I think you see like a flash of one drag queen one time.
Yeah, that is fucking wild.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm surprised the Hetty version didn't just go down like the one gay character having AIDS and dying as well.
Well, he does. That is what happens.
Is that what happens to him in the film?
Yeah, at the end. I mean...
the Hetty version.
The Hetty version in the voiceover at the end, they're like, Steve Rebell died 4 years later of AIDS.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they did do that. Yeah.
That is also true.
Yeah.
That is what happened. So it's Christmas Eve still. They're in the club basement. And this is in the gay version. Shane breaks down about how hollow his life has become. And he's crying, and Greg is there, and Greg is comforting him and being like, Greg's like, I want your life, man. Like, you've got it all. Like, come on. Everything's going to be fine. And in that comforting scene, Shane looks up at him and he kisses him. And they kiss for a minute, and then Greg runs out because Greg is no homo. But they do kiss. None of this happens in the theatrical, in the Hetty.
No.
None of this happens in the Hetty cut. And then, so Shane's just been rejected by Greg. Greg's freaked out because he's just been kissed by his best friend. He tries to get Anita to leave. They have a fight because she doesn't want to go because they're in an open marriage. And Greg can't really handle it.
Yeah, and again, in the Hetty version, he just gets angry.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, no wonder she doesn't want to be with you.
So then Shane and Anita meet, and then they fuck in the bathroom. And that's kind of why they're fucking, because they're both kind of pissed off at Greg.
That's so much better.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
also, hello, that's exactly what a little fag like Ryan Phillipe would do. It's like, oh, you turned me down, did you? I want
Let
you,
me get
but
your
I'm going
wife.
to take your wife.
Yeah.
Even though I want you, Greg, and I want your dick, I'm now going to take her.
Yeah.
That is exactly the kind of manipulation that we want to see in a movie.
That's what you would do if you were a chaotic 20-year-old
And you're
bisexual.
hot,
Yes.
Yeah. And you have those powers.
Yeah.
It's very Gina Gershon.
Yes.
It's very Crystal.
Steve also watches them have sex, which does have a payoff in the gay version. So...
Oh, yeah, because in the Hetty version, he just storms out, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're in the bit between Christmas and New Year's, and this is another big difference. In the Hetty version, in this period, he has a short love affair with Neve Campbell. They go bowling.
Yeah, bowling, and they go on a coffee date.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I wrote this, I was like, this is a film about Studio 54, and we are watching people going bowling.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Are there not any subplots? Are there not any more interesting things that we could happen that the world's most infamous, exciting disco ever, and we are fucking bowling with Neve Campbell?
It's crazy. And she's in like a sensible knit, and he's wearing a wig of his own hair.
Oh, yeah, because...
All of this, what you're describing to me is very camp. It's really funny to have a movie called about Studio 54.
It actually is. It actually is.
Neve Campbell bowling in a sensible knit.
And like, she's like, she's all delusions of her even cosplaying as someone that goes to Studio 54 out the window.
Yeah.
She's like, nope, I'm back to my Sydney outfit.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing, didn't she?
Yeah. So in the gay
do you think
version,
she was behind the hetification of it all, not just acting? But like, do you think
I'm not joining your Neve Campbell hate wagon.
Do you think she was like, listen, I know how to hetty this up. Leave it with me. I think she was the mastermind. I think she was the one that made the decision that this needed to be hetified.
She's like, Neve Campbell hates gay people and only wants to be in straight movies. She's like, she saw that director's cut. She actually paid all those kids to go to the screening in Long Island.
Yeah.
And was like, tell them you want it to be less gay. I need more screen time.
I believe it. I believe it.
I've got this great idea for a bowling scene.
Listen, let me cast your mind back to Wild Things. She Ain't That Wild with Denise Richards.
They had sex in a pool.
Denise Richards did all of the work. And continues to do the work to this very day.
Just because Neve Campbell didn't want to show her boobs does not mean she didn't do the work.
Well, that's the start of the hetification of it all, so...
The hetification. So, gay version, no bowling. Gay version, no bowling would be a great T-shirt. The gay version, no bowling, but he's basically tries to go home because he's like realized he's crossed a line by having sex with Anita. He's taken too many drugs and he's crossed lines. So he goes home, but his dad rejects him, which makes more sense now that his dad thinks he's a drug addicted fag.
Yeah.
In the Hetty version, you're like, why is he sleeping in his car? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But in the gay version, he's like sleeping in his car because he's kind of fucked everything up. He decides he's going back to the city. He throws his bong out of the window, which again is not in the Hetty version.
No.
And he's like, he's going to patch things up and he's going to like do this right. Then it's...
And I swear to God, just having only watched the Hetty version, you don't get any sense of the... Like, I'm literally just like, there's no... I'm watching this and I'm just like, there's no issues here.
Totally, but it's also incredibly confusing because you'll get sections of scenes. Like, for example, this scene where... in the gay version, he throws his bong out the window. He like looks at it and he's like, no, you know what? I'm done. And throws it out the window and it crashes and then you can hear it smash on the road behind him and a car honks and he's like, oops. In the Hetty version, you just see him swerve. He's still driving his car. A car honks at him and he goes, but you don't have any, like, there's no reason why he's like, they're just like, we need some running time, so we need to use this bit. But
I also just don't get the sense that he's having a downfall as a...
No!
The only thing I do get a slight sense of is that he's like, oh, you know, his emotions are a bit all over the place, and that actually, you know, being with Neve Campbell, you know, that could be the thing that will tone him down, and actually he's thinking outside of life outside of partying. Yeah. But like the other thing, I don't even get like a drug problem. I get... The biggest problem is on like his Eve or whatever, when it's like, oh, you know, we're exhausted. It's such a big shift.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like, oh God.
It's not only incomprehensible because the plot that they've decided to push with the Hetty version is stupid, but it's also like so weirdly cut together that it's also just quite hard to follow. Yes. I'm like, when are we? Is this the same night? Like what's happened? What's like? It's very confusing. But now it's New Year's Eve, and things are ox between Shane and Greg because obviously he tried to kiss him and he was kind of rejected. Shane tells Anita he just wants to be friends, and he also owns up to stealing the money from Steve, which obviously none of this is in the Hetty version. They have this kind of more expanded, nuanced relationship here where Steve is like, yeah, I knew you were stealing from me, but like I've got a soft spot for you.
Yeah.
Like they've got this weird kind of relationship, which in the Hetty version is just, Steve is just a pervy old man. In another scene in the gay version, Greg goes back to Steve's house for a second time. There's another opening on the bartender spot. Greg is back at Steve's house with the bag of money, and he's finally ready to receive a blowy in order to get the bartender job. And Steve turns him down and says, nah, I'm not interested, but I would like to watch you and Anita have sex sometime. And Greg's like, oh, fuck that, no. And he's like, why not? I liked it when I watched Shane and Anita have sex.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
So now we've actually got a reason
why he was watching, you know, there's like at least a narrative through line.
And more of this understanding of he's just this manipulative, because he's just like the version I watched. He's just like a desperate old club owner.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of made the comparisons.
So Greg storms back to the club and gets in a fist fight with Shane.
Are we Hetty or gay version now? Because a fist fight could mean slightly different things, Crystal. So just to confirm, are they fisting each other or?
It's a Hetty fist fight in the gay version.
So no fisting?
No fisting.
Right.
Shane also runs into Neve at the club and realizes that she's the same as everyone. She's just a social climber. It's not a big deal in the gay version because they barely know each other.
But it's a huge, like, oh my God, my girl.
But this is where we get to Shane's rock bottom because he's fallen out with his friends finally. All of his like bad behaviors kind of come back to roost and he doesn't really have anywhere to go. So he freebases cocaine. And he loses his fucking mind.
He doesn't do that in the Hetty version.
No, he does not. No, he does not. So he's
because.
So now we're watching. Now we're watching him have a very bad trip, and it's New Year's Eve. Dottie comes up to him and comforts him, and is like trying to take care of him. She's like being like
the old lady.
The old lady. Yeah. Anita gets the chance to perform on stage. This happens in both versions.
She's terrible.
Yeah, she's quite bad. But the song kind of has a moment. Everybody, it starts weak, and you're meant to be like, "Ooh, is she going to be able to do this?" And then the disco of it all kicks in. She's doing well. Greg sees her on stage and forgives her for having sex with Shane and realizes he can't control her. And there's like this moment where he's like, "I'm so proud of her,
right,
and I want to be with her."
Yeah,
which. Again, in the Hetty version, you're like, why are they fighting?
Yeah,
he doesn't know she cheated on him.
Listen, it's what it's telling me is like being Hetty is just a bit easier. You don't need to know about things and you just get on. It just happens.
Yeah. And then in both versions, Dottie takes some coke on the dance floor and she drops dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I have feelings about this.
Yes.
For starters, she is a fucking caner.
Yeah.
Okay. This old woman who is in her 80s is caning it every night. On every single drug that she can get her fucking hands on, even in the hetty version.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it kind of makes sense.
It makes sense.
Point number 2. Isn't that how she would want to die?
What a way to go!
Wouldn't you want to go like that? It's New Year's Eve. I have just taken the world's most mind-blowing drugs, and now I've died under a fucking mirror ball. If it was the real Studio 54, if I died in that Studio 54, maybe I would be slightly sad.
But going out on a dance floor, like surrounded by people,
we
bumping music in your 80s, like cry me a fucking river.
It's so true because it's like a school theatre production of what transpires now, because it's like everybody in the club, which is. You really realise how well lit the club is now. It's like a function room, isn't it? And then it's like, everyone's like, so, and then I was like, how many fucking ODs must have happened at Studio 54? They definitely had a system. Keep the music pumping, the cocktails flowing, and get rid of that dead body now.
The most unforgivable, the most unforgivable thing that the theatrical version does is it tries to moralize this lady's death and make me think she's a victim of a hedonistic lifestyle. Where I'm like watching, I'm like, well, yeah. I want to go like Dottie.
She made it to her 80s and like she's still partying with the best of them.
When I go, I'm going like Dottie.
But you're so right. It's just everybody's just like, well, the only way that could feel right with the reaction they've given it is that like he was, I'm going off script now, I'm creating it. In his like cocaine high craziness, he accidentally gave her a drink that was drugged, and like, you know, Dottie's thing was she doesn't take drugs, she just likes, she's high on life or something, and then because of his actions the old lady dies. She's hunting for drugs. We haven't been following her story. I don't know what else she's been mopping up that fucking night, but she's not fussy with what goes up her nose, is she?
Yeah, she is a scrounger. She'll take it all. Got any treats for Dottie?
Yeah, it's like, but so it's just like, I kind of feel like she'd want everyone to just, if she did die like that, everyone to just be like, yeah. But no, the way that my version of the film does is basically the end of Studio 54 because of this.
It's so stupid. And yeah, so in the...
But also quite camp.
Oh, very
now
camp.
That we're
camp.
analysing it like this.
Yeah, very camp to try and turn this all into a morality play about the dangers of drugs and sex.
That's set at Studio 54.
That's set at Studio 54. The Studio 54 with no gay people.
Or trans people.
So Steve and Shane fight about Dottie's death, and Shane gets fired because Shane's like, no one cares about her, and blah, blah, blah. Shane gets fired. The FBI raid the club. Steve gets arrested, and Shane is thrown out. This is all kind of the same in both versions, although there are slight differences. And then we see Shane shivering on the sidewalk, wrapped in a bin bag, back where we started the movie. Julie then drives up in a limo and offers him a ride. And now we've got...
I like you, Shane.
Yeah, now we've got
the
other two big differences, I would say. So in the gay version... Should I start with the better version or I'll start with the one you've seen.
Yeah.
So in the hetty version, Neve gets out of the car. They have a heart-to-heart. She says she's changed her mind about chasing that stuff. I don't know why she has in the 30 minutes since they left her in the club, but she's had a change of heart.
Well, it's because Dottie died.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
you know, she's had to rethink everything.
Sure. And they say they're going to stay friends. And then the movie kind of ends, and then we see like a what happened next, and Shane does a voiceover saying like he went to business school and is now managing restaurants. Julie is successful and living in LA. Greg went to prison for drugs, but now he works in construction, and him and Anita are really happy. She released an album. She's doing okay. Wig. Shane reconnects with his family and his sisters and is back at home, like
and
having
like
a great
the most
time with
90s
his family.
haircut, even though it isn't the 90s. But yeah, it's literally like we're not even pretending we're in the. This is a sort of a historical piece now, are we?
And then Steve gets out of prison and they get to throw one last party at Studio 54 and everyone comes back together and Ultra Nate.
This is real though. This is what happened.
Ultra Nate, Amber, and Jocelyn Enriquez perform If You Could Read My Mind on stage. The end. You ready for the gay version?
Oh, yeah, because this is blind to me now.
Yeah. The gay version. So he's in the bin bag, walking down the street. Julie drives past in the limo. She says, "Do you want to get in? It's just me." And he says, "Nah." And so she just drives off.
A man after my own heart. Get rid of her.
He bumps into Greg, who's also left the club. He's also wearing no clothes. He's on the run from the cops too. And then Anita comes out in a giant fur coat, a la Hustlers, wraps her two boys up in her fur coat, and they all walk off together.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the movie ends. And the implication is they're gonna fuck.
They're gonna fuck. They're like, we have been wasting our time. Let's just fuck each other's brains out finally. Yeah. We all want to fuck each other.
Yeah. The end.
Oh my God, that is such a good ending.
Such a good ending.
It's so funny, isn't it? Because now, like, I know that there's two. It kind of makes mine funnier.
Yeah, I know. It actually, the meta camp of this movie is so good.
I will give it to you because I hated it, but I knew that they did a lot of changes to make it hetty, but I kind of, the joy wasn't there for me just because it just is so like... And I know it's kind of funny to do all of these things and get rid of it, but it just doesn't play out in a fun way. But now I know that there's like an ulterior universe that actually is out there.
That they're so afraid of anything gay that they've like chopped this movie into a Frankenstein version and added a bowling scene just to avoid any gay stuff. It's so funny. It's just like, are straight people okay?
That's so true. It's like, are you okay? Do we need to wrap everything up in cotton wool for you?
Even like there's bartenders in this movie, and in the gay version they're like, there's clearly a couple and they like have a little fight one time, they're like teasing each other another time, they're just like background characters basically, but there's like gayness, and they even remove that from the hetty version.
They're so homophobic in this Where is the like basic lesbian stuff, like the male gaze lesbian stuff? Because that doesn't even exist in this, does it?
Yeah, you're so
like,
right.
Where's Neve Campbell lesing off with Anita?
You're right.
Oh, we know she wouldn't do that because it's not in her contract because she only does hetty films.
Yeah, you could imagine them also like in that montage where he's waking up in bed. Like you could imagine one time it would be two women.
Yeah.
They would have replaced one of the men with two women and been like, see, it's still a bit gay. It's so funny to me. What I would say,
what does it mean though?
What does it mean?
Where do we go from here? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
Well, they are just such surprising. It's amazing how you can like have almost all the same plot points and have such different outcomes and the style of movie. I really, really, really wish I'd seen the gay version first because it is actually, I think, quite a good movie. But when you watch it second, your perception of it is colored by the shit version you watched before, and you're kind of second guessing. You're like, did this happen? I can't remember. Did I just miss that?
I think
before?
You're so right. I mean, I obviously haven't experienced it, but I think from what you're telling me, if I could go back in time, I'd like to watch the gay version first, and then watch the hetty, and then laugh at how all the bad choices. That sounds perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying that the gay version is a perfect movie by any means, but it is like. Is
it sloppy still?
No, it's not as sloppy
but in terms of like. Do you get more of a sense you're in this kind of fun Studio 54?
Yeah, absolutely. And like, because the editing isn't so weird, you're not like also kind of being jarringly janked from scene to scene, or like you're not sure what's going on, you can't follow. Like the narrative makes more sense, but also like it becomes a quite like kind of classic gay coming of age story, which is like endearing. And like, especially, you know, if you were watching that as a 20-year-old, I think it would have been quite a powerful movie. It's kind of got like a Velvet Goldmine sort of thing. to it.
Also, it sounds like it has a storyline and like kind of stakes and stuff, which the straight version doesn't have. It is so sanitized.
It's crazy. And so, like, maybe it's still a bit of a cheesy gay coming of age story, but like, it's not a bad one of those.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And also less Neve Campbell.
So much less Neve
So
Campbell.
I'm like, okay, sign me up.
Yeah, she's barely in it.
As she should be.
Yeah. And she was, I think, she was cast in this to be a cameo. And they tried to make her into a feature. It's so funny. It's so funny. Also, not only does it manage to erase all of the gay stuff, but because the only gay stuff that's left in the Hetty version is Mike Myers, it's also just becomes quite a homophobic movie. It goes from like a nuanced gay story with different gay characters living different ways to just the only gay person is a pastiche.
Well, no, as I said, I wouldn't necessarily say. It's just giving an older figure running a club that I wouldn't want to. But yeah, it's like it's like not only are we going to erase queer, we're going to villainize anything that we've got.
You know what we can keep? The pervy gay man. Yeah.
The pervy old ugly gay man.
Let's keep that one. So that's quite funny.
That is quite funny.
Also, just even like the Greg and Anita relationship is so much more explicitly they've got an open relationship in the gay version, which is also quite refreshing.
Well, actually, that's given me like a flashback to the Hetty version, because there's a bit where Ryan Phillipe looks at their pictures when he goes into their apartment, and there's the wedding picture, and they and he's like, "Oh, what a lovely wedding picture," and they both kind of like look at each other in a weird way. And like when I watched the Hetty version was like, oh, is that because they're not really married? Or is this something that's going to come out? Because it was a look, which is clearly from the original. So clearly there's more built in that they're not open, so that they are open. So that marriage thing is. Yeah. But in the Hetty version, it is just like, and then I was like, oh, it's a fake marriage. He's gay or something.
Right.
And then it just, as you said,
nothing
just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, I love that they've made a new film, but without caring about like any. Well, you said the director wasn't allowed to watch the final cut.
No.
So who has been editing this? Was Neve Campbell editing it as well?
The dark truth is that I think it was probably Harvey Weinstein, because apparently his nickname was Harvey Scissorhands. He loved to make directors recut their movies.
Right, and just have no through line of anything.
I mean, from a cynical point of view, I guess you could say like, okay, so this is the same studio that did Velvet Goldmine, and that was a flop. And so maybe they're like, okay, people don't want a gay coming of age story. Maybe they want a teen focused with the two biggest teen stars of the day. Maybe we can make a love story out of this movie. But it like, God, it's pathetic to watch. It's so interesting to me that there hasn't been another film in more recent years based around Studio 54. Yeah, we haven't had it.
Because I feel like people have more guts now. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think you need to do a Studio 54 film justice.
Yeah. Or even like a disco era movie.
Totally, because it's like, like the glitz and glam is one thing, but of course, inevitably there's going to be like problematic, dark, murky subculture shit.
Yeah.
It's just such a rich thing for a film to be. The problem I have with this film ultimately is like there's just it's like an American high school production of Studio 54. There's no like luxury to any of the set pieces, or it doesn't feel grand, it doesn't feel special. Like you said about all of these stories about people wheeling in glitter to create glitter sand. There's none of that. It's like a cardboard moon.
Yeah. So true. The movie that springs to mind, which is like the good version of this, is Boogie Nights, which obviously does deal with all the darkness. And it's about porn. It's not about, but it's in the same time period. It's obviously like in conversation with this movie. And it's just, so funny to see that one, which is like, really incredible, well acted, dark, nuanced. Like,
but also as well that with all of these kind of films, like we've seen it done and we know that it can be done. Like, it doesn't have to be trauma porn.
Yeah.
you can still tell like really wonderful tales of people with really complicated, difficult lives, but still capture like the joy and the sort of essence of life in it without going down the route of like, and then they all die. Like you don't need to do
No
that.
Me Malone.
Yeah, but it's like there are ways of kind of like celebrating those glorious forces in nightlife culture that are like have all of these like demons around them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to see someone else do it.
Yeah, totally. I love that the gay version of this ends basically the same way as Showgirls, which is like, what did you win?
Yeah.
Me. And it's like, I'm triumphantly like going into the future. I've been changed by this experience, but I've got no shame about what I've done. And like, I love, it's like so empowered.
I think it's interesting that it's like a bisexual storyline. And obviously, I do not think this about our bisexual family members, but it's kind of giving like, make a choice, hon. Do you want to be straight and have an IT job and just do, or do you want to go and just like fuck and be queer and like...
Right, you mean the two versions?
The two movies, yeah. It's just like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. I also think like the hetty version is, well, I think the gay version is like, somewhere between Showgirls and Cabaret, and the hetty version is Burlesque. And that's almost being cruel to Burlesque.
Oh, it's not almost. It's like being really cruel to Burlesque, because at least Burlesque has like a bit of
some production value.
Yeah, it's like, whereas this is just like, oh my God.
A number, it's got a routine, it's got an 8 count.
Although saying that, what's the name of Christina Aguilera's love interest in Burlesque?
Dane?
Yeah, the guy's called Cam someone.
Oh, Cam Jig. Oh, that guy.
It's
Cam
basically
the
storyline is if we got rid of Christina Aguilera's storyline and we followed him. He's just a barman.
Yeah, you're
a hot
right.
barman that has a girlfriend, and it's just kind of it's the same. Yeah, you're right. They are the same.
No homo.
No. Well, no, but he wrote. Let me show you how to burlesque. So we all know he is a massive bender. But the other thing I find really funny, and obviously like they had to be really careful with this, but it's so funny how they just kind of skirt round. There were no like big legends. Like Liza's not in the corner. Like, you know, it's like, oh,
Truman Capote.
I need to go out the way. Was Truman Capote problematic with children?
Oh God, I hope not.
Because there was that pedo-y boy angel lowered down from the ceiling, and I was just like, are they painting him as an old pedo? But yeah, I just find it funny how it was like they didn't even attempt to give us a Cher or a Donna Summer or a...
I think I saw someone who was meant to look like Divine maybe for one frame, and you
Too
get
gay.
Yeah, and you get Andy Warhol.
Oh God, yeah, of course, the Andy Warhol of it all, yeah. They also clearly at some point thought that Michael Myers in a prosthetic nose playing this character was going to be an Oscar-winning role, didn't they?
I know.
And I love that. People in Hollywood are still so transparent with this. It's like, let's make them look different and they'll win an Oscar. They still fall for it, don't they?
I think there is an argument in the directors, in the gay version, for a supporting Oscar nomination for Mike Myers in this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is on the edge of like, he's kind of doing it's kind of bad, but it's kind of good, but it's kind of bad, and like it's dancing on that line. But because it's in a better movie, you're like, I think I can give it.
Literally in my film, all he does is he just tries to suck people's dicks.
Yeah.
He gets too high.
Yeah.
And he lets some people into a club and then fires a secretary, an accountant.
It's hard to take a movie this bad and be like, anyone is worthy of an Oscar in this movie. But when the movie's much better, you're like, okay, I can see it.
What did the director do after this?
He didn't really get to do much.
Shit. So this like...
I think maybe his career is coming back round since this has happened. But
That's so upsetting.
Should we rate it?
We should rate it, yes.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. I think I'm going to just rate both versions.
Okay.
And you can just rate the one that you saw.
Yeah. I mean, what I will say is the version I saw as a Meryl it's terrible.
Yeah.
So I can't comment on the version you've seen, and it's like really bad. It's like shameful levels of quality. It's just got like a 90s glaze on it that just does nothing.
Yeah.
So as a film, I'm going to say it's like a 2.
Yeah, I think I'd probably say the same. Maybe 3 Meryls for the hetty version, and for the gay version, I think it's more like a 7.
Yeah. That's wild, isn't it?
It's wild. Maybe that's a bit too generous, and maybe like I want it to be better than it was,
Yeah.
but it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, like 6 or 7. And then Liza's, I would say the gay version is less camp now than the hetty version, which is so weird to say, but somehow being afraid of all the gay stuff is much camper than actually just making a bisexual movie.
Yeah, and like as well, like it's such a weird thing because like obviously I was going to go so low camp on this, knowing that they just sanitized it for heterosexual audiences. But now that the gay version has come back and only further highlights how shit the hetero thing is, we're now in a thing where this is suddenly becoming camp again because of this existence. And I think if he hadn't have released this film, I would be like, no way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think without the meta context, it's probably like, I don't know, a 4 Liza's. And I think with it, I'm also tempted to kind of go into like a 7.
Perfect.
Yeah, well, having heard all of the kind of plot points that are just completely solved and like better things and then what they're masking, I'm going to give it a 6, my version. It's quite camp.
And then I think I'll give the gay version, it's got queer joy, so I'll give it 6 Liza's. I'll give it 6 Liza's.
Very confusing story.
It's very confusing. But there you go. If you are listening, watch the gay version, and then if you need more, just go watch some of the extra scenes from the hetty version.
I will say one thing. It is because we hear this all the time about test audiences, don't we? And like we've all seen like director's cuts, but I don't think I've ever seen anything in this like level of commercial film that's been this much chopped around because of it being too gay. So it's a really interesting like educational thing to, if you're like interested in Hollywood and cinema, to kind of see how the studio works and what kind of implications, because there's lots of films where on paper they look great and then we know test audiences have taken out the ending and we see the final product. So it just makes me want to like see more uncut stuff.
Totally. I think it's so interesting. It's so bizarre to me that 54 has ended up being one of the movies I've like had to do the most research about for this one. Like I've watched it 2 to 3 times and like had to consume so much media just comparing the two. It's like I don't need this much brain space for 54, but also even that is just kind of camp to me.
It's occupied
this like quite mediocre movie.
You are now like the expert
on. Well, there you go. That's 54. Whew.
What a roller coaster it's been.
I think, you know what, I don't know about you, but I need some cocaine. Bye.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Classic. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
You thought you'd become a prostitute or a drug addict?
I used to love doggy chow. I used to love doggy chow too.